Good morning. I am Dr. Wilhelmina, and in my podcast, I bring you information related to wellness, skincare, beauty, and I have fun doing it. So, today, I'm going to be talking about lies and why people tell them. But first, let me say I've been gone for a little bit, and it's been for a good reason. As entrepreneurs, some of you are entrepreneurs, that when it's just one of you can't do everything. And sometimes you have to step back on some things. And so I've been enhancing my own um, programs and making sure that, I have some type of relevance and credibility behind what I'm talking about. So, I had to take a step back and got into some other things. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about lies and why people fabricate and tell these lies. Uh, it's been relevant to me more recently because I had somebody really lie on me and with an attempt to get me into hot water, but it did not work. It wasn't true, and it just wasn't anything that I would say about anybody. So, anyway, let's get to this why people fabricate stories or lie about others. For there are variety of reasons why they do it, and often they're rooted in their own insecurities, desires, or social dynamics. Uh, Here are some common motivations. There's 10 of them that we're going to talk about. Number one is wait, hold on. I need to make sure I have my chat on so I can hear or see what you all say. There's no video. This is intentional. Okay, so number one, like I said, is jealousy and envy. That's common, and we all know that. That's not a secret or something I'm telling you that is some big revelation. We know that's big. That happens a lot. But about these uh, lies done because of jealousy and envy, it's usually when someone feels jealous or envious of another person, they create lies and undermine the person or damage their reputation, attempt to damage the reputation. But what I've found is that when people know you, they know you. So someone can come to you and tell you a lie about somebody you really know. And the response is, what? They did that? Anytime you have a response of, "What? They did that?" Chances are they didn't do it. You know their how they are, you know how they react to situations or what they would or wouldn't say, and you know that it's unusual because it's probably not true. Um, Sometimes this can be a way to diminish the perceived success or happiness of the person they're envious of. Well, they think it does, but it doesn't always work out that way. It depends on who they're talking to. I had a one time, it was drama. This person was very dramatic, and we had connected, and we would go out and eat and talk about the difficulties we were having as supervisors. We were both the same level and everything, and gave each other advice and stuff like that. So she had a inside scoop on what I was dealing with, which everybody else did not, but she did. And this lady, I don't understand why she did this. I just don't. But she set me up on a date with a guy that she really loved. And she would say, "Oh, no, that's just my boy." She had a lot of male friends, mostly no women. That should have been a clue, but that's my boy. You could set me up on this date. The date was fine and we were cool. We had fun. We went to movies. Everything was cool. There was nothing going on. There's no kissing or anything like that happened. Nothing like that. So After that, the next week she came to work with sunglasses on inside. Her eyes were swollen, and we were so busy at work. We were moving around, moving some things, moving our storeroom and everything. So we were not really around the actual office. She came and hunt us down, came to see where we were, and was just like she couldn't exactly tell me that that was her problem, but I knew because I just had a feeling that something wasn't right. Eventually, um, we didn't go on any more dates. We didn't talk or anything like that, me and this guy, but she was so miserable because she thought we were going to go forward because we had a good time. But what she did was she went around the office and told everybody lies about me, about not office. When I say office, I mean department. I couldn't figure out why people weren't talking to me. I'm like, "What is going on?" Some of the stuff we talked about was true. She told people, the people that we were talking about on my side, the things that we were saying. And then I didn't say anything to anybody because I wouldn't hurt anybody's feelings. I just, we were just like giving each other advice on how to handle these situations. But anyway, I eventually found out what was going on. And then she did the same thing with another woman. It was just drama. Like, why are we having this drama? But anyway, back to the subject. Number two, it's a desire for attention. And I think some of that exists in it, whether it's negative or positive attention, they thrive for that attention sometimes. So some people lie about others to draw attention to themselves. By fabricating stories, they may position themselves as more important or interesting, or even, I say, a victim. They might aim to become the center of attention by creating this drama. And it does work, and it's not always positive attention. Depending on who the person is and what they said, it could be negative attention, but they thrive on that attention and drama sometimes. That's my input. Um, so number three, insecurity. Insecure individuals might lie about others to elevate their own status or self-worth. Self-worth. Maybe a person thrives on being the attention in order to look valid. They might even tell you lies about who they are in order to make you think, "Oh, they're wonderful." But the proof is in the pudding. Their behavior will support whether or not they're actually that person that they're trying to tell you. And they keep telling you they're that person, and you're like, "Okay, you might be drinking the Kool-Aid." But eventually the mask comes out off and the face really shows up and they're like, "Ah, there you are. Nice to meet you." So, um also about the insecurity, they may feel that by putting others down or making them look bad, they can appear better and more competent in comparison. Sometimes you have a lot of competition, when you're dealing with work environment or whatever the environment, maybe you're in church or it's and yeah, and it happens in church, or it's some type of club or um some type of, organization that's helping others and somebody wants to be they see that other person thriving and being out there doing so much, and they want to be that person, so sometimes those lies come from that. They may tell lies about themselves or about others. Power and control, number 4. Spreading lies can be a tactic to gain power or control over a situation or group of people. By manipulating the narrative, the liar can influence how others are perceived, potentially gaining an upper hand in social or professional settings. It can happen at work. It really can. Someone that's maybe not performing as well as they need to, they may want to divert the attention away from what the real deal is and get that power and control and try to get things to change to be what they want to be because they're telling these lies. Um, I have definitely experienced that. Number 5, revenge and retaliation, and now that could be brought into that control issue also. Like they're not able to have the control or the power. And so they might try revenge or retaliation against someone else. People may fabricate stories out of a desire for revenge. If they feel wronged or hurt by someone or they playing that victim, they might spread lies as a way to get back at the person or to tarnish that other person's reputation. Uh, and honestly, if you conduct yourself in a positive way and keep moving forward, keep doing the things that you need to do for yourself in order to be successful, and don't worry about those lies that people are telling, especially when there's no witnesses to what they're saying, because you cannot necessarily change someone's mind that doesn't know you, and they might believe the lies. But you just keep moving along and doing what you do. I know that's what I did in that situation, and eventually everything came back to normal, and people realized that that woman was not telling the truth. Um, okay. Number 6, fear of the truth. Sometimes people lie about others to deflect attention, like I was saying earlier, from their own shortcomings and mistakes. By creating false stories, they can divert scrutiny or blame away from themselves. They know they're not doing the right thing. But if they can get people's attention on something else, then they don't have to face that truth. They think they don't have to face that truth. But, you know, I'm just going to say when it comes to me as a supervisor or a person in a relationship, one of the things I learned from being a substance abuse counselor was when people detract and try to bring you to somewhere else, I'm the type of person gonna bring you right back. I can be the most forgetful person in the world, but when it comes to stuff like this and they start getting off track, talking about something that has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, they're trying to divert that attention. Uh, I will bring you back to what that subject was. Okay, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, now what about this? I try to keep people on track so we deal with the truth. They may be fearful, but we need to deal with that truth. Number 7, miscommunication or misunderstanding. That can happen. That can definitely happen. Someone could tell a lie because they misunderstood what you were saying and made it fit to where they wanted it to fit, or just truly didn't understand you. And in some cases, lies are not intentional, malicious, or arise from misunderstandings or miscommunications. um, Someone might repeat something they believe to be true without verifying the facts and unintentionally spread falsehoods. So yeah, you could most definitely misunderstand somebody, or sometimes people have agendas or their frame of reference, and what you say they might understand a different way than what you meant it to mean, because they have their own thoughts and where they their own experiences of where they come from, where they grew up, where they learned, their whole frame of mind could be different. So when you say something, then it's like they thought you meant something else, and so that lie that they tell wasn't intended to be a lie. That happens. Number 8, social conformity or peer pressure. So, in a group setting, people may lie about others to fit in with a certain crowd or to align with the opinions of the dominant group, but they don't really, that's not really how they feel, but they lie to fit in because they don't want to be themselves and tell the truth. Um, Peer pressure can lead individuals to say things that they don't truly believe or to fabricate stories that support the group's narrative because that's not really how they feel or think, and they're trying to fit in. So, number 9, we're already on 9, we only have 10. Um, Another one is a lack of empathy. Some people Individuals may lie about others simply because they don't consider or care about the impact of their actions. Whatever their motivation is, they're not caring about the impact of the actions that they done. A lack of empathy can lead to thoughtless or harmful behavior without regard for the consequences. Uh, yeah. Let's go to number 10. Mental health issues. In some cases, chronic lying or the need to create false narratives about others can be a symptom of a deeper psychological issue, such as personality disorders. So, we're not going to get into official diagnosis, but yeah, some people will may create a false narrative, but they've got mental illness and needs to be dealt with. They need to see a counselor or someone for assistance with that mental health issue. So, while the reasons for lying about others vary, the consequences can be serious, leading to damaged relationships, ruined reputations, and lasting emotional harm. So, I would say that before you open your mouth to tell a lie, or maybe have a different perspective than somebody else about something they said, maybe you could consider the outcome, have empathy for that person that you're about to tell that lie on. What is going to happen to them when you tell that lie? How's it going to hurt them mentally, emotionally, professionally? What's going to happen? But I just thought it was important for people to understand why, the reasons sometimes why a person tells a lie. And it's good to know. So if you missed part of this whole podcast, go back and listen from the beginning so you can hear all 10 of the examples of why people lie. And that will help you understand them better and maybe be able to move forward better if you understand them. Doesn't mean you agree with them or anything like that. But when you're hearing a lie, something you think that just doesn't fit, like, I don't even see that person that way. I've never experienced that. That that it's possibly not true or a misunderstanding. All right. This has been Dr. Wilhelmina. If you can use this podcast to help someone else, please share it with them. Please like it. Please come back or share from the Spotify podcast. It's easy to get to, or even on Apple. You can share it there. The title is uh, Lies. And what did I forgot what I named it, but it's Lies and Why with a question mark. All right. You all have a beautiful day and come back in the future. Thanks. Bye bye. Hmm. Sorry, my app has changed. I can't find how to get out of it. This has been happening, man. Okay. Hmm.